Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng is eyeing a gradual improvement in the property sector this year. This even as the National Property Information Centre reports that residential property overhang grew last year by 30.6% in volume to 32,313 units and by 27% in value to 19.86 billion ringgit. Overhang is defined as units that remain unsold 9 months after being launched. According to NAPIC, the increase comes even as the number of new launches fell by 14.9%, while construction activities also slowed by 0.7% in terms of completed units and 8.6% for started units. The commercial sector also recorded a hike in overhang, up by 11.2% in volume to 5,055 units, valued at 4.08 billion ringgit. Despite the overhang, Lim points out that there was a 0.6% rise in total property market transactions to 313,710 deals, with a 0.3% uptick in value to 140.33 billion ringgit. He says this is an encouraging development and hopes Putrajaya's home ownership campaign will boost the numbers. So far, the campaign has recorded early registration for properties worth 9 billion ringgit. Although it remains to be seen if the interest will translate into actual sales. Sime Darby Plantation has confirmed the report in The Edge Financial Daily today that it has commenced judicial review proceedings over the compulsory acquisition of its land in Melaka by a Taiwan-controlled company. The firm in question, GIA Resources, had claimed to represent the interests of the former Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Muhammad V in seeking to compel SDP to sell the 75-hectare land at a below-market value price of 35.28 million ringgit. GIA did not clearly state the purpose of the purchase. SDP is now seeking, among others, to have the compulsory acquisition nullified. It says it has been advised by its solicitors that it has strong grounds for this action to protect its assets. Petronas Gas has further cut its capital expenditure allocation to 1.2 billion ringgit for this year, compared with 1.3 billion ringgit last year and 1.4 billion ringgit in 2017. MD and CEO Kamal Barin Ahmad says the allocation will mostly be used for plant maintenance and plant turnaround as part of its growth strategy to ensure its plants run more efficiently. Petgas is planning to have 5 of its plants go through statutory inspections as part of the government requirement. He says the capex allocation will also be used for the group's digitalization efforts. UMNO lawyer Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, former Tabung Haji chairman Dato Sri Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim, and a doctor in Pantai Hospital, Dr. S. Ganesanathan, could be in trouble. The KL High Court granted leave today to the family of the late PI, P. Balasubramaniam, a key witness in the Altantuya Sharibu murder trial, to initiate contempt proceedings against the trio. A. Santamil Selvi and her children alleged that the trio had played a role to stop controversial carpet businessman Deepak Jai Kishan from testifying in a trial by producing a false medical report. Santamil claims that Deepak was blocked from attending the court proceeding to prevent him from telling the truth about Dato Sri Najib Razak's involvement in the suit she and her family had filed following their exile to India for 5 years. Her lawyer Amerik Sidhu says, following today's decision, they will have to serve the cause papers to the trio, and a date would be fixed to hear the application. Goldman Sachs Group has reportedly said that it has yet to begin negotiations with the US Department of Justice over how best to resolve its role in the 1MDB scandal. This includes whether a guilty plea will be part of the talks. CEO David Solomon said this in a Bloomberg TV interview. He added that the firm is very focused on getting this matter resolved in the best way it can. Last week, the Financial Times reported that the DOJ had made an internal recommendation that Goldman Sachs plead guilty as part of a potential settlement with regards to its role in the 1MDB fiasco. The investment bank doesn't believe this is warranted. To recap, Goldman Sachs is blaming all wrongdoings on ousted partner Tim Leisner, the lead banker in the 1MDB deal. But Putrajaya is not buying it, accusing the company of misleading investors when it helped raise over $6 billion for 1MDB through bond sales in 2012 and 2013.